leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son, actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports.
Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. We're not counting all the way down. For what? We're going to keep the numbers high as always. You feel me? Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official, no negotiation needed, period. You already know WCS the first in the building. Salute to everyone that's en route. You know what I'm saying? Fill up the building. We got some topics. Yeah, we got to speak on these topics. We got Jaron Ennis set the take on David Avanesyan. It's a history. It's a history behind that. And all I want to do tonight, I want to take y'all on a little ride back to when we used to read the newspapers. You feel me? I want to turn some pages tonight so we can kind of understand some things. Because Jaron Ennis has a very, very important fight coming up. Yes, you see the title. Norman Jr. is 1-0 on Jaron Ennis. You probably saying, how did WCS? They haven't fought. Just give me a little bit of time. I'll break it down for you now. You will catch on. Just give me a little bit of time. I'm going to let some more people get up in here, so we can get to grooving, baby. We get to grooving, moving, yeah. When you come in the building, just hit the like button. I mean, that's the least you can do. I'm not sitting up here trying to hoodwink y'all into saying the super chat need to be refreshed because of YouTube is doing something with it. If you donate to the channel, Cash App, it is welcome, okay? If not, maybe next time. You feel me? That's all I can tell you. Your donations are welcome. That's all I can say. But we have some heat, some hot grease coming. Yes, we got some hot grease coming. And don't you even think I forgot about that 1-year anniversary of the T-Mobile massacre that's on the horizon. We on July 9th right now, 2024. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just to let y'all understand, just to let y'all know that it hasn't left my mind yet. You understand? The T-Mobile massacre. But we have some other business to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Because it's some people out here that's getting it twisted. Yeah, it's some people out here getting it twisted. For real. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Shakur Stevenson. And the interview he did with Cigar Talk, which, in my opinion, was the best interview post-fight that he had. That was a very good interview. I don't know Cigar Talk that much, that well. I hear he's been in the music industry. I'm looking at his interviews and stuff like that, you know, and great work. You know what I'm saying? But I think he got the best post-fight interview right now with Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. We have to. You feel me? We have to talk about it. As much as I can. I'm going to have to basically, I can't go through, because the whole interview is like 48 minutes. I can't go through the whole interview. But I am going to cliff note the hell out of it. Okay. Let me post this right quick. And we're going to get down to the Philly tail. Yeah, we're going to get down to the Philly tail. You know what I'm saying? The TALE, the Philly tail. Because people are getting it twisted. I'll get right with you. Hold on for a second, y'all. Just give me a minute. In the meanwhile, for those of you that's en route, please hit that like button. It's truly appreciated. Okay, let's get the grease cooking for real. So, as you probably looking at this, right? I had to remind you all that WCS had did the boxing fight go for Jaron Ennis back in the day. Why? Because of how he received the performance that he had, first of all, in obtaining his IBF strap, the interim title. Okay. He went in there against Korean Chudikin. So the reason why Shakur Stevenson is not that bad off, you know what I'm saying? Because Shakur Stevenson, he has room to recover. Yeah, people are going to criticize him, but he did say something that I took out of his freaking interview with Cigar Talk. He said, I'm winning. Hate comes with it. He ain't lying. I ain't gonna lie. He say, I'm winning. Hate comes with it. He's not lying. But he's a 3-weight world champion. You know what I'm saying? And though he's getting criticism, there's none like we're going to witness this weekend. There's none like when Jaron Ennis titled the Phenom out of Philly is set to step in the ring. But what makes this extremely interesting to all the boxing fans is that there was once upon a time not to sit you down and tell no story with some hot cocoa and marshmallows over the motherfucking bonfire. When Crawford had stepped away from negotiations, right, back in 2022, he fought the very same guy, David Avanesyan. He fought him, who is currently the EBU champion, signed the fight in November. Crawford fought December. So they went up there and scratched that fight in November. He stepped in Omaha and he put up a valiant effort, but he was stopped in 6 rounds. But the reason why he was stopped in the 6 rounds, not because Terrence Crawford's gloves was coming apart from touching him up. You know what I'm saying? It was due to the fact that Bud knew, we knew, and the boxing gods knew Enis Kavalauskas, a common opponent who also faced defeat fighting Terrence Crawford, has stopped David Avanesyan in 6 rounds. So what would you think will happen? Crawford fighting in his hometown, he said, hey, the least I can do is give y'all 6. At least I can do is take it to 6. The house is packed. The house is packed. You know what I'm saying? Omaha was jumping, thumping, and the feet was a stumping. You know what I'm saying? He went home to Omaha, Nebraska again and knocked out David Avanesyan. But I remember. I was thinking about doing this live. I say, should I bring up the audio again? I say, no. No, I'm not doing that right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to chill. You know, because I thought about bringing up the audio of when we found out that Terrence Bud Crawford was going to fight David Avanesyan. The word that was coming out of Philly was they didn't know how to pronounce his name correctly. Who is he? You know, why he fighting him? He could have fought Boots. You know what I'm saying? He was just pretty much a BUM. They was calling the man a bum. They said, why would Crawford go up here and fight this guy? And he's supposed to be the pound for pound. What does this guy do for Crawford's record and all that? Man, they was just talking extremely rambunctious, y'all. And wouldn't you know how the axis motherfucking turned, dog? Cody Crowley did a press interview. Somebody who was supposed to be next to fight Jaron Ennis. Cody Crowley was supposed to be the one up next to fight Jaron Ennis. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, with the $10 super chat. Lighting up the tree of life. Much appreciated, my brother, always supporting the channel. On the scene, off the scene. Salute to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for your donation. It's much appreciated. One of many, and that is Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease. So you know, he went in there and did what he's supposed to do, but it wasn't enough. You know what I'm saying? They was saying so many god awful things about Terrence Crawford fighting Avanesyan. And then Cody Crowley comes on deck. He's the one that Jaron Ennis is supposed to be up next with to defend the IBF championship for the first time since receiving it via notification with the bell icon on. Ding! 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 No, that wasn't a boxing bell, y'all. That was the bell going off, letting him know that you have mail. Jaron Ennis, you have mail. You have mail. You know how she sound. You know what I'm saying? You have mail. Bing! Dingy ding ding! His inbox was going off. His inbox was going off, y'all. They waited to Crawford to do all the work, grind it out, get it the right way, shut him down. You know what I'm saying? Went and shut the pound for pound. The one that was supposed to be the creme de la creme. Crawford went in there and shut him down. Shut him down in 9 rounds. He did it the right way. He fought for his titles inside the square. And guess what, y'all? Guess what? A plan, a scheming, maniacal plan to strip Crawford of the IBF belt while he was supposedly, allegedly, going to be in a rematch with Errol Spence, who we believe allegedly was going to fight Terrence Crawford. But no, they waited. They made sure Errol Spence stayed locked into that rematch. Yeah, because look, After that beating, he knew he wasn't going to fight him again. So they kept him in there to waste the rest of the time in 2023 in order to send that notification over there. They made sure that Errol Spence enacted his rematch clause after the 30-day mark. That would later go on to allow them to submit a dead-end request to Team Crawford, stripping Terrence of the belt because he wasn't able to face Jaron Ennis, the IBF mandatory. Why was it a sense of urgency? I don't know, but it seems like Oleksandr Usyk is going through the same thing, and his belt, I haven't seen it come off yet. I haven't seen it in the possession of anyone else, but we're just talking about Jaron Ennis right now. So he gets his belt via email, you know what I'm saying? And I just think about, all the stuff I got in my recall memory about what Jaron Ennis is saying. When I get that belt, I'm going to step on him. When I get this belt, it's over. You know what I'm saying? When I get that strap, it's over. So he got the strap with Korean Chudik, and I'm like, is it over yet? You know what I'm saying? Is it over? I mean, he went in there and fought a Ramon statuesque mannequin who was standing right in front of him, and he stopped in the way he's supposed to. It wasn't in the 9th round, but it was in the 10th. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no Terrence Crawford, but he got it done. He got it done. Now, when Cody Crowley falls out, it's David Avanesyan turn. But let me tell you how Norman Jr. is 1-0 up on Jaron Ennis. The reason why I'm saying he's 1-0, right? Because it's clear, plain and simple that more people have continued to talk about Norman Jr.'s title fight with that interim title, that WBO interim title, than Jaron Ennis did when he fought Korean Chudik. More people was talking about, hey, we need to talk. Norman Jr. still making their rounds based off that performance. I'm talking about people still replaying that fight. It's still buzzing down here in GA. They wasn't doing that with Jaron Ennis. But he do have some fans, though. Kudos to him. He do have some fans. But let me let you listen to something right quick. And it's no shot at this brother. I'm just speaking. I'm just putting out content. I have no smoke with this brother. But I just want you all to hear something right quick that he said.
Enis will defend his IBF welterweight title against David Avanesyan. Now, the last time we seen David Avanesyan, he got dropped on his wallet, getting knocked the fuck out by Terrence Bud Crawford. And I expect nothing less in this fight. I got Jaron Ennis getting the 2nd or 3rd round KO. No.
Hey, y'all. Check this out. After hearing that, I wanted it to marinate. Because he has no other choice but to get this man up out of there 3 and under. No other choice but to get this man out of there 3 and under. You can't get away with all the chitter chatter that was going on there, all the all the puppy talk that was going on over there when Crawford was facing this man. It's no more. No more talking. Cody Crowley fell out, and guess who's on deck? David Avanesian. Where's all the talk? They're not going to allow you a press conference? Huh? You fighting in the backyard of Philly at the State Farm? You trying to tell me they ain't going to let you on the mic? I mean, come on now. That ain't right. Y'all need to give him his airtime. I don't hear nobody talking about a press conference this week. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. How is that possible? You're fighting a common opponent of Terrence Crawford, the fighter that they say you are much better skill set wise. You are the new 3.0. You are the phenom. You're supposed to be the one and only. Now you finally get his common opponent. Finally get his common opponent. You have no other choice but to get this man up out of there in less than 3. 3 or less, brother. 3 or less. Or else, you know what Shakur is experiencing right now? It's going to be hell and high water for you. We haven't heard nothing come out of that camp. You have a fight in your hometown. We haven't heard a peep. We haven't heard lint dropping. You know what I'm saying? We haven't heard dust particles bouncing off the freaking wall. We ain't heard no bags popping. We ain't heard nothing. But there are some people up here that believe that you're going to get them up out of there in 3. Yes, you better.
No TKO. KO. It's going to end in a knockout. The same way Bud dropped him, Boots might do him way dirtier.
You better be absolutely on target with that. You say it's going to be a KO. I support the brother. Hot Take Sport News. Shout out to him. You better be correct. He better get that man up out of there 3 or less. You understand me? You much younger. You supposed to be the Bud 3.0. You supposed to be the next best, the phenom. Yes. You supposed to be the one that the Errol Spence fans was supporting and making sure they get behind you and put that battery pack on you. You were supposed to be the next up in line. You said when you get the title, you're going to step on them. It's over. That's what you said, bro. It's over. You're going to step on. You better step on Avanesian out the gate. You better step on Avanesian out the gate.
And then after that, what's next for Jaron Ennis? Maybe a fight with Conor Ben. I don't know if Conor Ben want that smoke. He might, but I don't think that's going to be good for him. I got Boots going through him like a hot knife through butter. And if we talking about Montas Stanionis, we talking about the Brian Norman Juniors of the world.
Hold up now. Hold up. Right now, Brian Norman Jr. is one up on Jaron Ennis when it comes to interim title fights. Yes, he's one up because the world was raving. The world was raving when he went in there and got that stoppage. The world was raving. You saw it. You saw what he did to Santilli. You saw what happened in the 10th. You take freaking Korean Chudikin and Ramon Villa. Combined them together, it wasn't the same excitement in one fight when it came to Norman Jr. So you got to go to bed with that, brother. You got to sleep on that. Because goddamn Avanesyan might catch Boots. He might catch him. I'm telling you, you better be right. He cannot let this fight go past 3, bro. If he goes just a hair into the 4th round, it's over. You thought they was criticizing freaking Shakur Stevenson? You thought they was criticizing Ryan Garcia? It is over. They're going to be talking about Boots like he popped dirty. They're going to be on him like he popped dirty for capping. He's going to be the new Capion. This man better go in there and disperse of freaking David Avanesyan and dominating fashion. Real talk. In dominating fashion. You feel me? Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hey, shout out to Haynes Legacy with the $10 super chat on deck, lighting up the tree of life for WCS. I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate you, Haynes. Shout out to you and salute to the fam, bro. Thanks for donating to the channel as always, brother. You know, one love. You know what I'm saying? Haynes Legacy on deck with the $10 super chat, man. Salute to you, brother. Much appreciated. We saw what happened to Santillion, right? We saw what happened. We saw what happened. The freaking world tour still haven't stopped yet. They haven't talked about that yet with Boots. They haven't talked about it. They haven't been buzzing like that. I don't remember him going on the world tour. I remember him talking about 2018. He was looking for Crawford. If you was looking for Crawford, then now that you have a piece of Crawford that's going to be standing across the square this weekend there, Jaron. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. You have a piece of Crawford that's going to be standing across the ring from you. You say you was looking for this fighter in 2018. Bud said, you sleepy, go back to sleep. In order for us to know that he wasn't, or freaking Wallow or Gilly didn't wake you up out your sleep, you have to go in here and prove to the people that you're the goods. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the goods, not the GUUDS goods. You know what I'm saying? Like it sounds like you about to throw up. You the not that good. The goods, GOODS. The goods. You know what I'm saying? Not the goods that it sound like you're vomiting. You understand me? Jaron, you better go in here and show out, brother. You better go in here and show out. They're going to be on your freaking name like you popped dirty for 3, 4, 5 different freaking performance enhancing drugs. They're going to be criticizing, ridiculing. They're going to be talking their shit because they've been waiting on you to show out. They trying to line you up with some big names. If you go in here and get freaking David, I don't know what y'all calling him right now, Avocado. You go up here and get Avocado out the way. Then maybe people start talking about you fighting Crawford at 154. Maybe Turkey Ali Sheik will start saying, hey, I want to put money behind Jaron Ennis and Crawford now. I think big fight. I think it's big fight. You know what I'm saying? People want to see. Yeah. But I doubt it will happen because people aren't sold. They aren't convinced that you outperform Norman Jr. Right now, your 2 fights doesn't equal up to his 1 when he stepped in there for the WBO interim title fight. I'm just saying. You have some catching up to do. You have a lot of catching up to do. If you look at the thumbnail there, Boots, it seems like Avanesyan is blowing you a little kiss, a good luck kiss there freaking Jaron Ennis, because he thinks that this is going to be a pretty decent night for him. He doesn't seem like he's worried about you, Enis. He's like, you're not ready. I don't believe you're ready. You talk to everybody else. I don't think you're ready. I fought Igas Kavalaskas. I fought Crawford. I don't see your performance. You're ready. I don't see. You better make us a believer because Shakur is about to get some relief. Yeah, Shakur Stevenson about to get some relief. We're July 9th. You know what I'm saying? We have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I hear people trying to get that buzz going out of Philly. But why is it so quiet though? Boots, have you ever asked yourself why they so quiet with your name? Huh? You look, Boots, you better hope they don't remove the T and the S off your freaking alias, man, you are going to be sick. You better hope they don't remove the T and the S off your alias. I'm telling you, it's a whole lot of variables out there that's going to wake you up and be like, oh, I'm hungry now. No, they don't woke up a giant. They don't, no. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear what Shakur said. Put me in there with the level competition. I'll perform. No. You are supposed to be the GOODS there, Jaron, not the GUUDS. You're supposed to be the next in line. You're supposed to be the next star. That's who you're supposed to be. Philly, stand up. They ain't never been playing over there. They got some hitters over there. They got some hitters. Dude, they got some hitters over there, bro. People waiting for your breakout fight. You have to go in there and show out, man. It's going to be detrimental to your boxing health. You know that boxing fight goal that I gave you there, Boots? It can't go any lower than what it is, bro. You're not going to get credit anywhere. If you go in there and let this fight go anywhere past 3 rounds, David Avanesyan, if you listen to this live, be sure that you be on your A game. I hope you haven't received the orders. Let me go over here and check something right quick. Okay, let me go check something right quick. David Avanesyan just had a fight in the UK, and he stopped the guy. It was a 6-rounder though. I don't like that when you go from 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? You was fighting number 12 rounds. His last 5-6 fights before his loss to Terrence Crawford were 12 rounds. Terrence fought him was for 12 rounds. And then he go to the UK. You know, this happened December 2023. He goes in there and fight a 6-rounder. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look. Real talk. But he's set to go for a 12-rounder. The importance of this fight is for the IBF World Welterweight title. It's going to be the first defense of Jaron Ennis email chip, for him to put that email away in a recycle bin and become official. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he has to become official. You know, he's going to defend, the notification belt and make it official. You feel me? Okay. Like I said, he currently wearing the notification belt. If you see the belt via email, it's called notification belt. Don't be mad at WCS because you're in a notification belt. Okay. He is about to defend it and put it to rest. But the only thing about this, your camp was talking too much about David Avanesyan like he was a bum. Like he wasn't supposed to be in there with Crawford. Like he was a less of a competitor, regardless of him being the EBU champion. You didn't care anything about that. But now you, Enis, you are stepping in there with the same guy that your gym was dogging. I hope David didn't take the orders. I hope he goes in there and give you a solid fight. Real talk, because we need to see. We need to see. No excuses, bro. No excuses. It's time to put up, man. It's time to put up. You have to go in here and prove to us that you're the goods. You have to back up everything you said. If you was looking for one of the greats since Crawford back 2018, that all that anxiety and hunger that you had, those times in the gym was you just salivating to be in Crawford's spotlight. All this time has came to now. You get a piece of Crawford in the ring this weekend because he's beat the guy already. Not only did Crawford beat him, but one of Crawford's common opponent beat Avanesyan. You know what I'm saying? Both of those guys stopped him in 6. Egis Kavalaxis and Terrence Crawford. So what do you think you have to do at 147 pounds? You have to. It's not because WCS says so. You have to because the boxing public has heard you speak so recklessly on this guy. And y'all didn't think that he'll come back around. See, I think that's the boxing gods. Yeah, I think those ectos. You know what I'm saying? I think some members of the Watchers came down and say, "Hey, we need to shake it up a little bit." You know what I'm saying? Cody Crowley, it's not time. You got too much on your heart. It's not time. We're gonna disqualify you because your eyes ain't healed up properly. You know what I'm saying? And we got the perfect opponent to test Jaron Ennis and freaking David Avanesyan. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's that simple there, Jaron. It's that freaking simple, brother. You have no choice but to go in here and get this man mandatory 3 rounds or less. You feel me? Let's let's get up out of here and you know, let's kind of touch a little bit here and there on the Cigar Talk, which in my opinion is the best interview at this point that Shakur did. You know what I'm saying? Of course the title says Shakur Stevenson blasts his haters. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Got it. We're gonna touch bases on that. Let me skim over to the chat, the hottest chat in the MF and game. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you all. Shout out to my guy Christopher White with the $5 super chat, lighting up the tree of life for WCS. One love to you, brother. Much appreciated. Once again, thanks for showing support to WCS, man. Much appreciated, my brother. Let me okay, there we go. Shout out to Big Blunts and Boxing on deck in the building. Shout out to Mike in the building. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, in the building. Shout out to AU on deck. What's good? I see you in the building. Arnold is in the building. Haynes Legacy is on deck in the building. Salute to you, man. Big Blunts and Boxing is in the building. Pugilist is on deck in the building. Yes, big test, big test. No doubt about it. Carlos Rosado is in the building. Bug Unstop Canelo is in the building. Okay, for sure. Okay, for sure. Bruce Scaz, Boxing Jazz, and more in the building. Salute to you, OG. How you feeling? D Young on deck in the building. Boxing Nerd 101 in the building. Salute. ITC Boxing to you in the building. Shout out to the Apostles on deck. So for those of you that may have not heard the audio, I will go back briefly and play this audio right quick. Okay. He's a Boots fan. Nothing against the guy. Hot Take Sport News. You know, make sure you sub to him or what have you. He did a short video. Just pay attention right quick.
The Mario Barrioses. Come on, guys. You telling me Boots not going to unify the welterweight division with those guys? This Saturday, Jaron Ennis will defend his IBF welterweight title against David Avanesyan. Now, the last time we seen David Avanesyan, he got dropped on his wallet, getting knocked the fuck out by Terrence Bud Crawford, and I expect nothing less in this fight. I got Jaron Ennis getting a second or third round KO, no TKO, KO is
Yeah.
But that
Yo, shout out to Cigar Talk. Salute to you, brother. I want to say one thing about Shakur Stevenson before I get going. The civilians have converged on Shakur Stevenson. The backlash he's getting is from not just boxing fans, casuals and all that, hardcore fanatics. The civilians as a whole have converged on Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? He has also provided them with ammo from being on social media and going back and forth with these people. Now he's gonna tell you I have every right to defend myself. I get it, but also you're a notable name, and you know there's a lot of people that was expecting more. But let's get into this freaking clip by Cigar Talk.
I can't like make a judgment or like have true feelings about it until like.
I'm gonna give you my number one tip.
That nigga could crack.
Yeah.
But that I say like getting stronger.
Okay.
Getting stronger because like Artem, he felt like strong as a motherfucker.
Like his punches or just him like
him in general.
Yeah.
And his right hand.
Oh.
He said Artem felt strong. In this, I'm not showing the actual video. He said Artem felt strong. You know what I'm saying? And he tapped his left hand, but he said his right hand. He said his right hand was strong. Peep that.
Oh, okay.
His right hand, I'm like, oh, he got a little, you know, everybody act like I'm scared of power. But that nigga could crack.
Yeah.
So he gave Artem some checks. He said Artem can crack. You know what I'm saying? He said people say I'm scared of power, but that nigga crack. Well, you mentioned it. I don't know what people gonna perceive it. I don't know what their perception is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? The tag they're gonna place on it. You know what I'm saying? But you identified the dude can crack. You know?
Yeah.
But that, and then also staying focused. Staying focused. I think that I kind of lost a little bit of focus during the fight, and if I'd have kept my focus, I may have had a stronger chance in getting him out of there.
Yeah. I think
why do y'all think Shakur lost focus? Anybody can tell me that? Why would he lose focus? I'm not sure how you can lose focus if you say the guy can crack. You know what I'm saying? You said the guy can crack. I don't know how you can lose focus in a fight of that magnitude when you're trying to prove to the people that, hey, Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis is a fight you want to see.
one of the things I know people was kind of talking about, and again, we only see on ESPN, we get to see maybe like 3 rounds in the corner.
Yeah.
And it was like you and your grandfather, it ain't feel like, it wasn't no dissonance, but it was just like, you know, I feel like he telling you to use a jab. You like, man, I'm gonna stop him. What was that? Like just you in the corner with him and y'all interaction.
See, ESPN tried to like put it out there and like attack it. So they once they see it, they trying to get close up on it and you know, show it.
Their network, they have cameras, Shakur. Come on. They're not trying to get what are they supposed? They're supposed to catch moments. They want people to tune in to their content. They supposed to zoom in and isolate moments like that for the fans, for the viewers. That's what they supposed to do. If you and your father was conversing back and forth and it seems like it was a disconnect, well, why do you think people are talking about it? Because ESPN did their job.
But truthfully, me and my grandfather done that. How many times in our career? Yes.
Okay.
When I fought, I'll give you an example. When I fought Jamel Henry.
Yeah.
I'm punching, I'm cooking them like.
Yeah. ESPN is hyping shit. Like, do you feel like that? Because there was a part, I didn't like that too, where they showed people that was leaving. I think it was 11th, 12th round or something.
Now, this is what a lot of people want to know. This what he's called a lot of slack. We know Shakur Stevenson was on his last fight. Okay. We saw what Crawford did on his last fight. Who cared who was walking out? You know, everybody knew Crawford was leaving. and he went out there and stopped Sean Porter. Wasn't nobody leaving. They stuck around and to see what was going on. You know what I'm saying? But for Shakur, yes, the cameras panned the area and showed people. Shakur pretty much has been on record as insinuating that they paid, the F niggas to walk out. Yeah, he's made it a point to say it seemed like it was premeditated. But now you're gonna hear him speak on it. All right.
I'm like last round. I'll be at most of the fights, and when it's a decision that's not close, usually you see a lot of people leaving so they could beat the traffic. So I see that a lot anyway.
Man.
But for you, it turned into a narrative. So when you seeing that, is that shit that do it make you mad? I don't know if ESPN's doing it on purpose. I can't say I know that, but how do you feel
come
with
on
that?
now. We got to be honest now. Like, we got to be real.
Is that what you think?
We know they.
He said you got to be real, right? But when we be real, they don't like it. They say we got to be real. But when we be real, they don't like it. Real talk.
Did it like it was a purposeful job. Like they knew what they were trying to do when they did it. Their purpose is to destroy me by any means necessary, while not looking like they're doing that. But
hey, did y'all think that ESPN was trying to destroy Shakur Stevenson just because he said what he said? And shout out to my colleague, Shaw News. He said something that made a lot of sense. He said that Shakur's criticism was too early. You know what I'm saying? He sent the round down range too early. You know what I'm saying? He might have lost focus on that too, because you can't sit up here and expect to criticize a promotion such as Top Rank and, really, you know what I'm saying? You're not at the top. You may have 3 weight divisions, but you really ain't at the highest pinnacle. So he might have sent the round down range too prematurely. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm assuming.
they were doing that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I can't do nothing about it. I ain't got no control over it. I just gotta keep doing what I'm doing. We seen that the arena was packed.
Yes, it was.
We seen and the numbers that they were saying was lies.
Arena was packed.
And
Well, the new numbers supposedly have came out, pretty much highlighting that Shakur fight, with the viewership did very well. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that the numbers did very, very well. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had that screenshot up here, but let's keep on moving though. Because this interview, I'm not going minute for minute, second for second.
I mean, I'm a drawer, so they can't stop me.
Right.
Regardless of what they do, they can't stop me. Even if they not behind it, they ain't gonna fuck it up, is it?
Nah, it's all good.
Even if they not behind it, right?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna have the same amount of people come in to show out and show up for me because I am who I am. So
yeah.
I appreciate Newark. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Regardless the good and the bad, I appreciate Newark.
Nah, Newark definitely showing up for you. I put a tweet. I said it smell like backwoods and Baccarat in here. I said this nigga had the whole hood outside.
Well, I just want to let people know I've been to Newark several times. You know what I'm saying? Me and some of my colleagues, and we have covered fights in Newark. Yes, I was at the Boylan Street Recreational Center covering him with the kids and the mayor. At that time, Dolo. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I have shown support for Shakur Stevenson. And when he come through Newark, you know what I'm saying, and go to the recreational center, I've been down there. Real talk. I've been to that area to support Shakur. So, please don't think it's hate. He said keep it real. I'm keeping it real.
Yes, know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, I appreciate Newark. The only thing that I'll be wanting like the people in Newark to understand, just like do their homework on boxing and understand that boxing is an art. So it's about hitting and don't getting hit. And everybody is not Mike Tyson. Everybody is not Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You got fighters that's good at what they do, and I'm one of them fighters, and I'm going to keep working and keep trying to develop my power and getting stronger, but I'm not trying to be Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Do you think, because I agree with you on that part. I feel like I put out another tweet that kind of says something.
Do y'all agree? He said he's not trying to be Mike Tyson. Is he far out with that? Because I don't think Mike Tyson has anything to do with this. Because it's a lot of people who watch and support Gervonta Davis, and he never said he's not trying to be Mike Tyson. Others really ain't comparing Tank to Mike Tyson, because Mike Tyson was his own destruction. You know what I'm saying? He was his own war machine. Mike Tyson was his own demolition man. The way Mike did it is the way he did it himself. The way Tank do it is the way he do it. Shakur, I don't know why he would even place himself in that narrative. I guess because people are looking for him to get more active. They're not saying for you to go in there and have the same results like Frank Martin was stopped and put to sleep. They just, kind of saying, okay, you're technically proficient and sound and solid as a fighter. We would just like to see you break down your opponent just a bit better. Let your hands go a little bit more. Set the combinations up. Set traps and everything. You know what I'm saying? Go in there and show us that you can degrade your opponent's health and get them up out of there. That's all.
Something similar, but I think now because Tank is the face of boxing and he get a lot of knockouts, that people kind of making it like if you ain't doing what Tank doing, then they're gonna say it's boring. Do you feel like it's because of how his style is that they kind of putting that on you, like wanting you to do that?
Yeah, but they gotta understand, people is blessed with different abilities. Like he's blessed with a God-given ability that he crack you. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna go down. That's his ability.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with God-given eyes. My eyes is amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand how good my eyes is. I can see really good. Like punches coming my way, I know how to get away from them.
Right.
At any given time, and our abilities are just.
Shakur said he's good with eyes. God bless him with eyes, y'all. I understand what he's saying. He said God blessed him with attention. You know what I'm saying? Visual attention. In boxing, yes, you need to have good eyes. Very keen eyesight. It helps. He's saying he's blessed with eyes. I think for the fight fans, that Shakur, they understand that you have that awareness. You know what I'm saying? You have that keen sense of awareness about you, very attention and detail orientated in seeing the shots. It's what you do from seeing the shots that may be what fight fans, some of them, I can't speak for them. That may be a little question mark as to if you can see everything, so why can't you basically take advantage? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't you able to take more advantage over what you're seeing in front of you? You know what I'm saying? Put something together that's more exciting. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking in general, bro. I'm not telling you what to do. You're the fighter, of course. Y'all always telling us we ain't laced up gloves and all that. But we may not have laced up gloves on the level that you're fighting at. But a lot of us laced up gloves at one point in time. Some of us, I wouldn't say a lot, some of us. But if your eyes can see, then your mind can process what you're seeing and then execute. We want to see the execution. Put us together a masterpiece. We're the consumers at the end of the day.
It's different, so they probably are judging me from a scale of him, but at the end of the day, he's a great fighter. He's a special fighter. I can't take none away from him, but I'm special in my own right too.
Absolutely. So when you talking about like a fight like the Artem fight, because I say the Edwin fight, you got criticized. They said you was running. They're like, all right, Shakur running, he moving around the ring. This fight, I feel like maybe after the third round, you was moving forward. He was moving. He was using a lot of lateral movement. So like, how you feel about that? Like just coming forward. Do you feel like that's a part of your game to do that as well?
Yes. I mean, I'm a versatile fighter.
Yeah.
So I can.
That is a fact. Shakur is a versatile fighter now. I watched him beat up Oscar Valdez. He is a versatile fighter. I watched him beat up my comrade, Jamel Herring. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him have his highlights. Real talk, I've seen him. But to the fight fans, when you have a sport that is on squeaky wheels right now, you know what I'm saying? It's slow to get moving. People are anxious, impatient, minimal tolerance. They want to see something to replicate last year, July 29th, when the T-Mobile massacre happened in front of millions. They want to see it. If look, Shakur, I know you don't want to hear it, but if you walking out with Andre Ward and Terrence Bud Crawford, come on, man, stunt, 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 stunt.
Do it all in the boxing ring. What y'all saw was just, it was half of me. I don't even think that was even the best of me. That was like half of me. I felt like
See, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill you, Shakur. You said this is half. Come on, man. See, the interview was going good until you say that was half of you. You know what I'm saying? You saying that was half. It was a boxer. You know, when you put percentages in there, when you put, you know, pie slices, when you try to make it a mathematical equation to compare to the activity that you did or did not put out, and you want the fans to gauge that. Not everybody likes math, bro. Not everybody likes math. And being there's a lot of people that's very lazy with the numbers when it comes to math, besides counting their money, they're going to tell you, no, bullshit. No, bullshit. No, you're not telling me that was 50%. No, no, no. No, mm-mm. I don't know. In my Cat Williams voice, I don't know who you're lying to, but I am not a willing participant.
I was walking forward. I was walking him down the whole time. It's a part of my game. I think when we need to do that to get the job done, that's what we do. We will do. If we need to do this to get the job done, that's what we do. I think that I'm that type of fighter that I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the job done that night.
Yeah.
And
okay, he said he's going to do whatever it takes to get the job done that night. I hear you. But the reason why people are, you know, with the blowback, you feel me, Shakur, is because you did the opposite. You didn't do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? You give off the impression that you would do whatever it takes. But when it comes down, they're saying you're not exuding risk. You know what I'm saying? You're not putting forth max effort in areas in those moments where they feel that you can gain control and disrupt Artem's momentum, you know what I'm saying, or his rhythm, and take control of the fight and show out. People want you to show out because you Shakur Stevenson, man. You're Shakur Stevenson. Real talk. That's what they want to see, bro.
yeah, I tried to be a little bit more excited. Yeah, I tried to please the fans. I stayed in the pocket the entire night. I did what I could, but you got to also give respect to guys like Artem. Guys like Artem is, once they get an opportunity with a guy like me,
Yeah.
when they know they about to fight a guy like me and they go to top ranked gym in Vegas and go do a full training camp and get in amazing shape. I mean, sometimes it's hard to get a knockout with a durable, tough guy like that.
Well, that sounds like same thing Oscar Valdez said there, Shakur. I mean, I know you had a little bit of time to watch that, but it seems like you're reciprocating what Oscar Valdez said, because when it comes to the Mexican style, people say, hey, for the Mexicans, it's quite difficult to go in there and get them out of there sometime. And that holds true to boxing, brother. You're right. Every boxer, you're not going to get up out of there. Even Gervonta has two fighters that has went the distance with him too. The number may be considerably low, but his knockout percentage is over 90%. So with him, yeah, the number might be low, but still, two fighters was able to hear the final bell with Gervonta Davis. In your case, I get where you're coming from. I understand where you're saying it's going to be extremely difficult to go in there and get everybody out because you say you're not Tyson. You're not Tyson, but it does seem like you're reciprocating, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you know, the fans are impatient right now. You know what I'm saying? The fans are so cantankerous. For real, they're Shakur. The fans are short tempered. They being very juvenile right now when it comes to your name, bro. You know what I'm saying? But don't worry, dear Shakur. Relief is on the way this weekend. Don't worry. I told you all they was gonna stop talking about Ryan Garcia in about 2 to 3 days. And yes, they now talking about you, Shakur.
He moved around and he was in amazing shape. So it's gonna happen.
What about cutting the ring off? Because that was one of the
Yeah.
things that, you know, obviously, like, and again, are you used to cutting the ring off in that way? Because, like, you know, I don't really see it often that, like, guys is running from you. Usually they'll stay there. You know, they might not be as aggressive, but he was kind of running that certain, I'll say maybe 3 rounds, he was moving like a lot.
Yeah.
Is cutting the ring off something that's like, yo, this is a new part of my game that I got to really, like,
work on. Yeah, and actually it's crazy though, because I called the fight. Like, if you go watch an interview that I did before the fight, I said round 6, 7, after I get adjusted, he's gonna start running around the ring again.
Well, shout out to I don't know the brother's name, Cigar Talk. Great questions. He's basically dotting the I's, you know what I'm saying? On what people wanted to see inside the ring. They want to see some more I's dotted. And he's talking about, you know, moving around the ring. Shakur Stevenson, people had criticism on how he lacked, you know what I'm saying, how much he lacked cutting off the ring. And that was an issue. You know, sometimes at your experience level, when we talk about Shakur Stevenson being a 3-weight world champion, silver standard Olympian, I mean, you look at that, and then they're saying it's certain, with your experience and pedigree, it's certain areas of your boxing game, being in the gym with Crawford, you should know already. I mean, no one says that about Crawford. But I understand that you're not over there at B&B like that. I understand. I get it. I guess you show up to his fights as he show up to yours. Maybe when all the other students is gone home from the day from class, I'm just saying maybe you should do some extra homework or something, you know, because at this stage in the game, I don't believe you should be lacking the understanding on how to cut off the ring.
And I knew that, and I kind of been working on it in the gym, because I kind of been working on cutting off the ring. I've been watching a lot of Terrence.
Yeah.
And I know that he's real good at cutting off that angle. If you go that way, he's going to go this way. He's going to stop you from going that way, then go this way. But it's different. Yeah, I got to get a little bit better at it. It comes with the territory. Every day is a learning process with me. Okay, we're up the pace. But it was times that I was letting it up. I was letting off in there.
Yeah.
Like, I was letting off, but you got to understand, too, Artem has power, too.
Yeah.
So
I want y'all to just catalog that information, you know, in the mid part of your brain. That's what we route map catalog information, right? I want you to catalog that information that Shakur continues to underscore power. Okay, obviously power is a concern from him. Whatever the case may be, he has a distinct concern about power. His opponents getting power. Now, as young as he is in his career, he has to understand he's going to have opposition that presents him with a scale of power. Now, whether that power makes him or forces him to second guess himself, I can almost guarantee, yes, you're going to run into some fighters who got power as you move up in divisions. That's just the way it's going to happen. But he keeps and continue to distinctively highlight Artem's power. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't really focused on that when it came to Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? Frank Martin didn't look his best in there with Artem. Artem took the fight on 3 weeks notice, but he had a full fight camp. He was acting extremely confident at the face-off. And, you know, once again, Shakur highlighted he was in Vegas. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to get in the best shape of his life for the biggest fight in his career. And that's what he did. And he left an impression on Shakur Stevenson. You feel me?
you still don't want to get hit with big shots. Like, who the fuck
while you
want,
chasing
you
it,
feel
right?
me? Like, who the fuck want to go in there and just get hit with shots knowingly, like, okay, I'm going to just let this nigga hit me just to open up more and try to get my shit off the... I'm not that type of fighter.
So I think he's talking about Tank. He needs to understand with you doing a subliminal comparison to Tank, you have to understand that he's his fighter, his way of fighting, and you're your way of fighting. I understand, and I've highlighted this, that, you know, The black fighters back in the day was considered to be slick, elusive, hit and not get. I mean, hit and not get hit. You know what I'm saying? You know, hit your opponent and not get hit in return. It's nothing wrong with that because at the end of the day, boxing doesn't hand out retirement packages. You know what I'm saying? The ultimate boxing retirement stipend package. They don't have the bronze, the gold, you know what I'm saying, the platinum. You know what I'm saying? They don't have those type of retirement packages. So I'm not gonna knock Shakur for saying he ain't trying to take punishment in his career and he's concerned about power. I ain't gonna knock him. But it's how you separate yourself or elude that. If you just want to go in there and say, I don't care what the fans say, I'm going to fight the way I want to fight, and it's not user-friendly to the fans, they ain't going to come pay to see you fight.
And I would never be that fighter. So if fans are watching me to say, oh, I want to see Shakur get hit and then give out punishment, it's not going to happen.
All right, but what about when you hurt him? Because that was the big one, because you definitely hurt him to the body. I would say it was probably like round 6 or 7, I feel like, maybe 8. It was somewhere in the middle rounds that I remember you hurt him to the body and he was acting like it was low, but he was backing up. In those moments, is that something that you feel like, you know, maybe I could be a little less cautious and go try to get it? Or are you still in the defensive zone no matter if he hurt or not?
A hurt fighter is the most dangerous fighter. Like I know boxing, so I understand, like I really study the sport, right? Yeah. So I'll give you an example. I got all types of examples for this. Yeah. Remember Anthony Joshua when he hurt
Andy Ruiz?
And what'd he do?
He ran in there,
jumped on him, and got cooked, right? He got clipped.
You right.
But it was just a dangerous guy at the time. You know, I can work on my finishing. Yeah. And I will. I'm gonna go back in the gym and work on it. But I'm still gonna be on the lookout. I'm not, like I said, I'm not the guy that gonna be in that motherfucking ring getting wobbled, hurt. When he start going up, oh, bud this, bud that, niggas start hating. Right. Even fucking Tank, we would say Tank. Tank, for years and years, niggas hated on him, right? Now niggas is just starting to be like, okay, you feel me? Like, one of the greatest careers of all time. Facts. Everybody hate Floyd. Why do everybody hate? That's all I'm gonna let you know.
Hey, I'm not gonna apologize for skipping through Floyd, you know, because Floyd probably jumped out his chair when Shakur brought his name up. You know what I'm saying? This has nothing to do with Floyd conversation. You know, yes, it's Cigar talk and Shakur Stevenson, yes, indeed. But I just don't have time, you know, for the Floyd talk right now because I remember they used to put that jacket on Haney. They put it on Shakur. They just put it on anybody who they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? But no one has emulated Floyd Mayweather. No one. No one.
Get off your knees. Then you talking to me. You can't compete with me. I known you for years, bro. You never been on my level in like life. Yeah. We talk boxing, like you never been on my level, bro. Right. So like you can't talk to me because y'all people different. Yeah. But me, somebody say fuck me, I'm gonna say fuck them. Right. Plain and simple. So okay, if a nigga, I'll give you an example. The lost a couple rounds, yeah. 3 or 4, not 3. It was probably part of his game plan to do that, then I'll come out. That's his style though. Right. My style, I dominated. My style, I did what I've been doing. Right. This is nothing new, nothing different. Like I said, the only thing I felt that I really could work on besides listening to my grandfather is my jab and working on my power. But other than that, like his style is his style, my style is my style. And when we clash, it's going to come who has the better style that night. Yeah. Was being in shape.
So he started losing it at the end.
Being in shape. It was literally his conditioning. This time he had conditioning to keep moving. He didn't have to move.
So it was Artem's conditioning. You know what I'm saying? Conditioning does play a role. Real talk. Conditioning, I tell people all the time, fatigue brings about knockouts. It's dependent on who's in front of you, forcing you to continue to move and move and move. Fatigue does bring about knockouts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fatigue will do that.
But then get tired and stop moving and standing there. Like he could keep moving, how you said, for 3 rounds straight and then be able to punch back. So I think that dude was a tricky fighter, but at the end of the day, I just showed that I'm levels above a C-class fighter.
For sure. I mean, I think, you know, this part of your career is so instant to me because this the next whatever you do now is this is going to determine how a lot of shit go for you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, this was your last fight under top rank.
Where is
I like that. I like how he transitioned to that. He said, you know, what's in store, what you have coming up is going to determine where you go, and that's big time right there. That's absolutely straight up and down, real talk. That's 12-6, 9-3. God damn it. Um, and how you perform coming up, whoever you fight. You know, I'm hearing whoever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go into who I'm hearing he might fight next, but you know, it depends on who you fight next and how you look while you're fighting them. Seriously, it really depends on if you're ever going to get that $15 million paycheck, that $20 million paycheck before you start to decline. You know what I'm saying? And also the fight fans, you know, they're gonna be who they are. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be loose with it when it comes to their criticism. Yes, they feel like if they're paying and they're the consumer and they're the butts that sit in the seats, they can criticize you. You know what I'm saying? They can critique everything they want about Shakur Stevenson. And yes, you can say what you want, you can dislike it, but they saying, hey, I'm assisting from afar. I'm contributing to you as a prize fighter. Yes, I am. I'm contributing to that. And he's going to have to get used to it. I'm not going to tell a grown-ass man with kids or whatever the case how to conduct himself online. They're going to have to figure it out. He's going to have to figure it out when he get into a fight camp that if you can't knock somebody out, stop saying you're going to knock him out, bro. We don't want to hear that shit all the time. Oh, you're going to knock him out. Who cares? Look, Shakur. Don't you know, it's difficult to tell grown men not to take it personal. They could turn around and take it personal. But if you're going to say you're not Mike Tyson, stop speaking as if you're Mike Tyson. Okay, just let it go. If you're saying that you're not Mike Tyson, but then on the other hand, you say I'm gonna knock so and so out. Don't say it outside the ring and don't get inside the ring when your adrenaline goes to a certain peak and you want to start talking for the camera. If you're gonna talk about how ESPN exploited you, then guess what? Don't give them anything to exploit while you're talking about knocking people out in between rounds. Don't give them nothing to exploit because they're gonna run with that. They already have. They're saying you about to get them up out of, you're gonna knock them out, but yet you saying you ain't Tyson. If you ain't Tyson, stop the Tyson talk. That's all I'm saying, brother.
Williams Zepeda?
That's a
Bro,
that's
where
the fight.
is he?
That's the fight we need.
We're going to keep hyping him up to fight these guys that he's stopping in 3-4 rounds because he's throwing volume. And
I like this point he made, the William Zepeda. Yes, he is a contender. He's up there, up in the rankings. He's sitting on the summit, and no one's really chattering about his name. So this point, I absolutely agree with him bringing it up and discussing it.
Yeah.
Non-stop punching. These dudes ain't in the shape that I be in. Like, come on, bro.
Is that the one you want? Because as a fan, that's the one I want to see. Somebody who will come forward, non-stop punches at you, all that.
If Tank gonna go fight Lomachenko, why can't I go fight the harder, maybe the harder fight? We don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe the harder fight just because Williams Zepeda volume and how much punches he actually throw. Where is he at though?
That's a good fight. It seemed like I seen videos of him where he want to fight and he's saying like, it's Oscar, it's not me, I want to fight.
That can't be true though. Like at the end of the day, if you really want something, like if it was deep down, I want this fight.
Yeah.
Him and Oscar is close. They close enough where you could go sit down with him. Can we make this fight happen? What I got to do to make this fight happen?
Right.
I think they're banking on getting another fight or getting a fight where they can win a belt. So they probably looking for a Barenchik.
Like, yeah, we gonna get Barenchik and then unify.
They don't want this belt.
Right.
They don't want the WBC belt.
But he number one, I think, across the board.
Everywhere. He can fight anybody he wants.
That's true.
But who?
All right, so my question is, how do you get in this position? Because, all right, I know you seen the Bob Arum interview I just did maybe a couple weeks ago, where he tried to explain, he said, well, you know, I feel like Shakur is just a fight that he's a hard fight for anybody, so nobody wants to take it because it's a hard fight, but you can make more money fighting Tank or you can make more money fighting Ryan. What do you feel like you got to do now to get the fights that you want?
Good question. Good question. You know, some people have the gift of gab. Yeah, I got the gift of gab on here, you know, and depending on, You know how close I know somebody, yeah. But conducting an interview this long, nah, that's not what I do. Nah, that's not my interest. But cigar talk, he's on point with it. Real talk, no gimmick, no gimmick. Asking Chris correct. You know what I'm saying? Important questions. You know what I'm saying? Good transitions, very good transitions.
Bob ain't never talked like that when I was signed with Tyrant, right?
No.
He ain't
not like
never
that.
say nothing. I ain't gonna say it.
All right, hold up. But here's the other thing. This is one of the things he said though. He said, I feel like Shakur gonna go out to everybody. He gonna go talk to Al, go talk to Eddie, go talk to whoever, and then he
Bullshit.
gonna realize we got the best offer on the table, and he gonna come back.
Yeah, but whatever. We'll see.
Yeah.
Whatever. But at the end of the day, that's just like talk to big himself up. That's why that his whole like top ranking them whole purpose was to try to put me down.
But why do you think they would do that though?
Because I didn't re-sign with them. They
Like,
sent
because
me,
you ain't signed an extension.
yeah, they sent me a deal to re-sign with them. I
Yeah.
turned it down because I felt as though my value is more than that. And I know like where I'm going.
What
like,
what part was this? Was this before?
I don't 100% agree with it's just because you turned them down. You know what I'm saying? 15 million for 5 fights or something like that. I mean, you're not the first person to turn them down, and you're not the first fighter to have a last fight with them. Like it was mentioned before, like I said, you know, maybe you sent the round down range when the firing line was hot. Because with these boxers, sometimes they just fire off rounds at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? They just fire down range, man. They just fire down range. And when you in this boxing game and it's a business, there are crossing guards out there. There are gatekeepers, and I'm not talking about the ones you're gonna face in the ring. There are role players, shakers and movers. They're the ones who there are individuals out there that's doing the under the table handshakes, that's really making things pop behind the scene. They're there. When you fire rounds at some of the big dogs, yeah, they may feel some type of way and they may make it retaliatory and they may do it in a business sense to get people's attention and your attention so you can come over here and talk like, oh, they was just trying to put me down. Well, you was putting the situation down too. You was talking and you was making it perfectly clear. So if you're gonna say I got the freedom of speech and I got the right to talk my mind, then when you get on here and speak of them putting you down, then compare it to be balanced. Compare the balanced effects that you're gonna have. The scales are pretty much equal out. They say, okay, you want to talk, and we're gonna talk while you walk. We're gonna contribute too.
De Los Santos when that happened?
Yes.
The fight right before
That's
that?
the reason why I
Got De Los Santos, you think?
come on, bro. Really use your brain. Like I'm fighting on Thursday night
Yeah.
in T-Mobile Arena. They're literally trying to like bring
the value down?
Yes, bring my value down. That's their purpose. So if they bring my value down,
Then they could pay you.
no, then I could come running back to them.
Right.
That's the whole purpose of the whole thing.
So you saying you
So they can bring your value down by putting you on Thursday night fights. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, what he's trying to say, fool the fans. Okay, well, let's just say you're fighting on Thursday night fights. When I was growing up, Shakur, we had Tuesday night fights, okay? Tuesday. We had Thursday. We had Friday night fights. Yes, we had boxing throughout the week. I don't know if you go back that far. You say you are a boxing enthusiast. You know what I'm saying? A boxing head. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But for you to say Top Rank is putting you on a Thursday night card, man, I grew up off that. A lot of the older generation grew up off having fights throughout the week. That shit ain't new. Now, to talk about Top Rank purposely, placing you in a state of declivity just because you was in there with De Los Santos, it's frivolous. It's frivolous, brother. You had the opportunity to light up Thursday. You had the opportunity to send people into work Friday and say, man, did you see that Shakur fight? But you said your hand was hurt. So like I said before, brother, you know, some of the stuff you be running into brick walls with no helmet. Real talk. And I understand, you know, it's tough trying to remember everything you're saying. You're a boxer and all that. But, you know, some of the things you be saying, you're like, how can you blame Top Rank for something on a performance that you said your hand was hurt?
I feel like if you would have, like, all right, so you fought Conceição, that was, and then they put like, yo, here go the, we want to give you an extension. You said no. You feel like
No, I fought Yoshino.
Oh yeah, you fought Yoshino.
Then the
and
extension came. Yeah,
okay.
and I turned it down.
But you think if you would have said yeah, the whole shit would have been different?
Everything would have been different. This whole shit would have been different. I would have been talked about good on ESPN.
Yeah.
You could even hear like when Tim Bradley tried to talk about me good.
Yeah.
He had to switch it up.
Man, goddamn. If that's anybody you shouldn't use as an example, that's Tim Bradley. Because goddamn it, he done badmouthed the shit out of Jahai. Up, down, and around the globe and back. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus Christ, man. Jahai couldn't do shit right. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you know, he did what he did, and then he couldn't do nothing right in the ring. One of the most entertaining fighters out there. And Timothy Brad was just busy, goddamn, you know, just concussing people with freaking negative information, negative freaking commentary. Purposely done. I mean, maliciously done. Shakur Stevenson, I don't even know how he can even consider what happened to him to be bad. You know, De Los Santos, you said you had a hurt hand. But when it comes to Shakur is going in there and he's fighting. Even in the fight he lost, he had a hurt hand. But he didn't let nobody know. All I'm saying is I think what you had going on and what you witnessed is light comparable to other people. And I know you can say, well, I'm lining this up with if Top Rank, you know, they could have been way better. Listen, it doesn't matter if Timothy Bradley was giving you praise or not. Everybody know Timothy Bradley wears multiple hats. If he selects to give you great commentary or positive commentary, it'll happen. If he chooses to freaking criticize the shit out of you, it's going to happen too. Seriously. That's just the way it is with the corporate guy.
Now, you know they got them mics.
That's what you think is a conspiracy? Niggas
You know,
is like...
I'm telling you, I know, like, I really know how this shit go. I done came and seen these niggas like, and they probably gonna be mad for me
Even
telling the truth.
Right.
But truthfully speaking, these niggas got things in their ears, and they gotta say certain things that the boss or the higher ups is. We're telling them to say it on air type shit. So he started off talking good, and then he switched. He slowly switched. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm not gonna like allow it to break me, detour me. Yeah. Like I said, I done seen this situation happen with Top Rank before, with black fighters such as Floyd and Bud. Yeah. Where after they left Top
and Jahai
Rank is where they went up.
Yeah. So who you? Speaking of Floyd, I seen you post the screenshot. You and Floyd was on FaceTime. The streets is talking about that, like nigga Shakur signing to Floyd. That's what I see people on Twitter saying. Is that something that's even possible, or something that's like an actual viable option?
I mean, it's an option for sure.
I don't care. I don't care if it's an option or not. I don't care. I could care less if he signs with Floyd or not. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we just want to know, and we just want to see Shakur in the ring with whoever's next. Somebody that's high up in the rankings, that's all.
Like I
said, to think about where you're going to go and all that. Like, fight just ended. But, you know, we see Eddie Hearns made it clear. Like, he on time and, like, we want to sign Shakur. Like, Eddie's making it clear that that's something that he is adamant about. When you speaking to him or just seeing the videos that, you know, he's doing, I see you retweet him a couple of times. I'm sure Top Rank mad or whatever. But when you
that's
see
another thing that made them mad too.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
But when you see Eddie talking like that, like, is it like, have y'all already started?
Listen, to anybody who's in the business, you know what I'm saying? You know, they will tell you that, yes, there's a protocol, man. There is a protocol that you have to follow. It may not be written out step by step on the protocol, but there's a certain type of etiquette in the core that you have to carry, you know, and showing the loyalty to the person who's writing your checks. I'm serious. They can still pay you per the contract, but yet they can still fuck with you too and make you unhappy while you getting that paycheck. that check sign. You know what I'm saying? Just like he's talking about the little small things, but also he's freaking letting you know that he did some things antagonistic. You know, he's being antagonistic and showing you that he did little things, retweeting this, that, and the other, playing around while you still have a fight. So you seeing all this stuff play out with people walking out. And then, you know, Cigar Talk said, well, that's what most people do at the end of the time. They want to get out so they can get out of traffic. I mean, and then, you know, yeah, that sounds good. Absolutely. And but yet Shakur, you know, put out a tweet saying, you know, they probably paid people to walk out and put the camera on them. There's a lot of ways for them to take shots at you without blatantly letting you know they're doing it, because it's just a network. So it's their network. Their ESPN is attached to Top Rank. They're able to do their job. Yeah, it looks bad. That's the whole point. You got to be careful at what target you choose to zoom in on when you don't need it. You don't. Every target ain't meant to be shot at. That's all I'm saying.
Having conversations already, or is it just like, you know, you just?
Nah, it ain't get there yet, but you know, and especially the top ones that like now.
See, right? He gonna come and overpay, give some bread to make sure the fight happens. So obviously Terrence Crawford, your man. Terrence Crawford locked in with Turkey. Big Baby locked in with Turkey. I feel like you got a bunch of people around that's locked in with him. Is that something you ever like thought about or considered?
Yeah, I respect Turkey. I respect everything that what up, man? I'm doing this interview right now. I respect everything with Turkey. I respect everything that he's doing. At the end of the day, he's a great asset to the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
He's trying to make the best and biggest fights happen, and I got nothing but good things to say about him. But that's on him. Like, I'm not one of them guys that's. I'ma just sit back and chill and let him get past his fight, and then we can really sit down and I can hear him out, because I do want to hear if he even wants to do that. So he's a great asset to the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
He's trying to make the best and biggest fights happen, and I got nothing but good things to say about him. But that's on him. Like, I'm not one of them guys that's like about to just go like
chasing him.
You feel me? Like, I'm one of them guys that if he want to like work with me, because it's now Shakur Stevenson Promotions.
Mm-hmm.
It's now I am my own boss too.
Yeah.
And I want a partnership with people and bring my stock up in that type of way. But
yeah.
If he want to work with me, I'll definitely all ears into hearing and want to see what he got going. But we'll see.
I'm calling it out. Big Turkey, what's up, man? Come holler at my boy.
I don't know what he got going, if he even wants to do that. So we'll see.
Okay. What kind of advice do you get from Bud? Like, cause you know, I feel like Bud been in your position. Bud was you, like, whatever, 7-8 years ago. Bud was where you at. What kind of shit do he tell you just about how to navigate and like moving at this point in your career?
Bud actually tell me a lot. Bud be in my ear a lot when it come down to that. As of right now, he got a big fight coming up.
August 3rd?
Yeah, so right now, I'ma just sit back and chill and let him get past his fight, and then we can really sit down and I can hear him out, because I do want to hear the things he got to say. I know that he's very smart when it comes to the business and understanding how the business goes. So I do want to hear like what he got to say, what he think, show him like where my mind is headed and how I see myself and where I'm going. So but we gotta let him get past his fight. He got a tough fight against that.
Majimov pretty good. Majimov pretty good.
That's a tough dude.
Yeah, Majimov pretty good.
Yep.
What did you? Oh, I forgot to ask you this about Tank. What did you think about when I did the Tank interview? Shit went viral, and then when he said, he's like, yeah, Shakur don't really got no defense, and that was another thing that, you know what I'm saying, everybody, I was like, what you mean you don't got no defense? And then he started saying he feel like you don't slip punches and stuff like that. When you say that, do you think he's just trying to get in your head, or you think it's like he really
not
think
real
that?
niggas. Niggas not real niggas. Like,
I think, truth be told, that was the worst response out of the entire interview. That shit right there. 0.2% of relevance. What a real nigga. Let's hear it again.
Like, at the end of the day, I'm a real nigga.
And that was another thing that, you know what I'm saying, everybody, I was like, what you mean? You got no defense? So then he started saying he feel like you don't slip punches and stuff like that. When you say that, do you think he's just trying to get in your head, or you think it's like he
Niggas
really
is not
think
real
that?
niggas. Niggas not real niggas. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a real nigga, so I ain't never been afraid to tell what I really felt about a nigga, right? Tank could get up there and tell you, oh, Shakur's trash, Shakur this. But you go years ago when me and him was like cool,
Yeah.
you'll see interviews of him like, Shakur helped me get ready, and the things that I learned from being in camp with Shakur, and he's speaking good about me when we was here, but now I'm an enemy.
Yeah.
He can't help but to say some negative shit. So our personalities is different. I'm a different.
Once again, people, Shakur, you know, pretty much runs into these walls of contradiction. Real talk, bro. You know, he says he's a real nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? When they was at a certain point early in their career, they was cool. It was cordial. The rapport was there. But I remember you being cool with Jamel Herring, and then you tried to fragment it with y'all wasn't that cool. But yes, you was cool. I was there in the A when you was, you know, trying to fuck with Jamel and act like y'all didn't used to train together. You know how his wife was looking at you like you was crazy because y'all used to be, you know, good friends, solid friends, blacks. You know what I'm saying? Friends with each other. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden it came up that you gonna fight him, and you turned. You turned heel. But then after the fight, you wanted to go in there. Remember, a woman, they're not as acceptance. Even though this don't have nothing to do with a woman, I'm just saying his wife. You knew his wife, man. You know everything that man had went through in his life, losing the kid and all that. You knew how you and him, and you know, during your personal time, y'all may have confided in one another and had a conversation and all that other stuff that goes on, right? But you turn your back on him too. You turn heel just because you was facing that man for a title shot. You tried to embarrass that man down here. Real talk. And the reason why Jamel, you know, took it the way he did and had a strong will about him, because yes, he was a Marine. He was in the Corps, and he's a strong man in general. He's been through adversity with his family. So you can't sit up here and say Javante ain't a real nigga. A lot of cats are gonna say you wasn't a real nigga by the way you treated Jamel Herring, bro. That's just facts, Shakur. It just seems like some of these areas, man, you just bumbling around like you in a jumpy house or something, like you freaking 4 or 5 years old, like you don't have a care in the world. Now you got responsibilities, and one of those responsibilities is understanding what the hell you saying. You turn your back on Jamel Herring, and y'all used to work out and be stablemates together, brother.
Type of individual than that nigga. I'm not one of them niggas that's gonna get up on camera and just start faking it like, oh, this nigga trash, or he only throw big punches, he just try to knock.
That's exactly what you did to simplify, bro. That's exactly what you did to simplify, man. You did exactly what you're talking about. That was you. You did exactly that, man. You did.
People, I could really be a lame nigga
And just do
and
that.
feed. I could be a lame nigga and feed into the narrative that people got about him.
Yeah.
Cause people say he's just a big puncher. He's not this. He's not that. They just starting to say something
But
about
now
it.
they got skills like
You feel
that.
me? But I'm not that nigga. I've been in the ring with this nigga. I done been around this nigga. I know this nigga know how to box. I know how good he is as a fighter. So
Yeah.
the difference between me and him is just a real nigga and a fake nigga, and that's how I look at it.
Okay.
Y'all don't believe that? You know, everybody has their fakeness depending on what they trying to be fake about. Everybody has a percentage of fakeness. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. I mean, everybody's been fake a time or two. But, you know, in the direction for which he's trying to go, man, you was fake towards Jamel Herring, bro. Way worse than what you did with Tank. Because you and Tank never really trained together like the time you and Jamel Herring had. So, man, I don't even want to hear that.
What you think about Keyshawn fight?
Whew,
I enjoyed that. Well, I
I
ain't gonna
think
lie.
Keyshawn.
I enjoyed that. To beat the Nick Ball style, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you could fight.
Yeah, this one I'm going to end that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really talking about the other fighters. I just want you to hear the part and shout out to Cigar Talk. Great interview, man. Solid. Real talk. Nice one. Salute to that brother. Make sure you support him. Very good conversation, with Shakur. I'm not here to nitpick and goddamn, you know, peel back band-aids and shit. But when you talk about real nigga shit, I mean, it's various amount of avenue definitions and explanations you can give to explain why you supposed to be a real nigga. But you hear people talk about real nigga shit, it don't make sense to a real nigga. Seriously, they gonna look at you and say, nope. You're talking about Javante used to treat you a certain way back then when y'all was this, and this, but that's the same way you did Jamel Herring. So it don't make any sense for you to say Javante's fake when you was acting the same way you say Javante was acting towards you, brother. That's all I'm saying there, Shakur. Real talk, man. Great interview, though. Great interview, but I'm going to call it as I see it. This right here is me. That's actually my picture. When I was over there in Newark. That's the mayor. Shout out to my guy, Don't Blink, Joshua Greer Jr., another favorite fighter of mine out of Chicago. He should be on his way back. He took some time off from the sport. And that's Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying? And that's the little youngins, man. It take a village to raise a kid. Them a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black kids at that. So, it's always out there when people, question what you do in the sport. They can't present you, gems like this. They can't present you content on fighters like this. Hey, I wasn't supposed to have the personality like Cigar Talk to get along with everybody. That's just not who I am. I wasn't supposed to. But I'm not gonna hate on him because he gets the interview. You know what I'm saying? It's certain people that feel like, hey, they put in a lot of work in this boxing game, and then these people have they type of freaking media segues. They want to jump in the back seat and push. They want to give support. I get it, but make no mistake about it. I've been to areas and got this content that I was looking through the archives the other day. I got a lot of content that people don't have when they wasn't even really talking about who's doing what. But this is me. This is my frame. You know what I'm saying? If you look in the back, it's a lot of people in the back, over there in the back. That's there too. It wasn't no where all the other YouTube creators that was up here supporting Shakur Stevenson walking through. I got a video of Shakur walking in. I'm the only one, the only content creator that was covering Shakur when he went to the Boylan Street Recreational Center. You know what I'm saying, that day. People tend to say, okay, they stick with WCS or they don't. Either way, if you don't, man, I can't babysit you, bro. But I have a lot of footage of areas that I've been dolo supporting the sport of boxing and MMA a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, when you hear people try to, say what WCS ain't doing and act like it's a competition, I'm not competing with anybody. I'm just out here getting the footage. Look at this. It's a classic, bro. This is a classic. I didn't even put the watermark pick up there. I just threw it. I don't have to. I got so many other pictures of freaking the Boylan Street Recreational Center, bro. I got so many other pictures, man. So many other pictures. That was a grand time, because when I was growing up, we had the Boys and Girls Club. You know what I'm saying? They still have it, but for us, we used to go there and box. It was more orientated, like you go down to these gyms and you can box. It was a time and place where I went to this gym and Evander used to come through there, Mark Breland, Sweet Pea, Tyrell, and Medrick Taylor. They was all in there getting ready for the Olympics. I mean, it was really a grand time. You know what I'm saying? Like the only real name that I haven't really been able to get a hold to, is Mike Tyson. I got an Ernie Shavers pick of all fighters. Ernie Shavers now. It don't matter how you got it. It's the fact that you do have it. Ernie freaking Shavers, bro. Why he's still living. Ernie Shavers, bro. You know what I'm saying? It would have been great to get a Muhammad Ali and a George Foreman, but I haven't got the Mike Tyson. I probably won't ever get the Mike Tyson. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But your boy been around. Real talk. Let me get to this chat right quick. Shout out to the OG, Mr. Golden. Salute to you. Shout out to Blue Hustle, man, on deck, man. What's good with it, Blue? Low on deck. What's good? He said Shakur has a cloud over his head. 11-122. Tank gets the love he's yearning for. Them fights during the week is how I found out about Emmanuel Augustus. Yeah, man, talk to him, bro. Yeah, for sure, man. It used to be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday night fights. Come on, what are you talking about? They putting him on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Give him a break. He's just a kid. It works for Ryan. Yeah, Stevenson needs to step it up and out of the ring. Well, I don't give Ryan the pass. You know what I'm saying? Because of his age. I pretty much criticized the shit out of him for saying he was 25 with 100 million. I mean, we supposed to shed tears. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, he has a bright future if he keep those headlights on the right way. You know what I'm saying? On the direction he's trying to go, and understand that why he's going in that direction. Understand, what he's trying to do while he's on that journey. You don't want to keep on getting flat tires. The flat tires is what he keep talking about with Top Rank. You know how he was firing shots and then they end up throwing them nails out there. They threw them nails out there, y'all. They start panning over to the crowd. They gave him bad commentary. That's them nails they put in the tire to flatten out your freaking notoriety to the fans. That's how they do it, bro. It's plenty of ways. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of ways to slow your progress down when you think you should, you fighting in Newark and everything. You should have the name super buzz. I know in this picture right here, that didn't happen. What he's talking about, that didn't happen. Tank versus Shakur is interesting to me. I'm the sense of Shakur's superior defense versus Tank explosive offense and how the chess match unfolds. It happened. I get what you're saying. I get where you at. There are only a handful of fighters more complete than Shakur, and they're all on the pound for pound list. Great example. Great example. Great example. Shout out to Swat Jones in the building. Shakur don't get it. He got to grow up. Suits hate excuses, and you giving them a lot of them. No matter if Shakur like Bradley or not, he may want to hear what he's saying a little bit. That's what I'm saying. Hottest chat in the MF game, man. Everybody has their own opinion, their own thought process. They're not sitting up here influenced by what I'm saying. They got their own mind. That's what I'm talking about on the playback. I feel Shakur on that. If you're looking forward to him getting hit with the big shot, that shit ain't gonna happen. Well said, Shakur. Yeah, you don't ever supposed to go in here and think that's cool. Everybody's style is who they are. It's fighters that's been in the sport that have taken extensive punishment, but yet they don't have slur speech. They don't have pugilistica, residual effects, side effects from being hit like that. And there's some that you don't think took a lot of punishment and you can barely understand what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to ITC Boxing to you. Salute to you. People going to be mad as hell at Shakur forever because he's going to keep racking up them W's. That's what you're supposed to. People who wish bad on Shakur to take L's because sometimes he does acutely contradict himself. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast when it comes to us growing up. When I was 20, I made a lot of mistakes, but they wasn't in front of millions. You know what I'm saying? I can say that. They wasn't in front of millions. Whenever the crowd, the listeners are paying attention, it's always going to have that effect. Whenever you have a large crowd that's paying attention to what you're saying and you didn't call them to pay attention, but they paying attention anyway, yes, it's always going to be bad. You know what I'm saying? For anyone that selects to support via Cash App, they go to Cash App. Just putting it out there. Facts W says the Boys and Girls Club back then was the spot to be. We spent all afternoon and their kids don't go outside no more. They don't know. Yeah, man. You going to the Boys and Girls Club, man, that was the spot to be in the summer. And for some of us, man, like you you ask yourself, how were you able to get past it? Like some of us was latchkey kids. You know what I'm saying? You get old. Like I had some classmates that was coming home with the key under the mat, and they went in there and fixed their sandwich. They had to get the homework done. Their parents was at work, so they can freaking have something to eat. They was latchkey kids, bro. Real talk, latchkey kids. Shout out to Ice on Deck. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Shout out to Across the Pond boxing fans over there. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Brits. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Mr. International Toby Bartlett. It's always in the building. Salute to you. But yeah, that's all I got on that topic, real talk. Because at the end of the day, I look at it like salute to Cigar Talk and the Stevenson interview. Yes, sir. And I said what I said about, Jaron Ennis. It's mandatory that you get him up out of the 3 rounds or less. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's where we at with it. You saying once you get a title, how you got the title, you have a notification title. In order for you to wipe the memories clean, you know what I'm saying? To wipe it clean. So we won't have no reservations, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? We won't get on here talking shit for no reason and people up here, no, man. Man, Enis did his thing, man. He did it. No, leave no doubt. Leave no doubt, brother. Let us know what it is by going in there, performing, and getting it in. Crawford did it in 6, and you need to do it in 3 or less. That's half of what Crawford did it in, because you're supposed to be the next great, contender on the horizon to take over the sport. Crawford's on his way out. You're supposed to be the next best. And also, people are looking at you potentially unifying the 147-pound division. In order for you to unify and to potentially possibly build up a unification bout with Brian Norman Jr., definitely both of y'all need to start sparking up some type of rivalry. I know y'all sparred together, but this is the perfect opportunity, being that y'all have been in the ring together, to spark that fire, get people to talking. And then, the good thing about it is that Norman is coming off an exciting fight. You know what I'm saying? With Terrence Tillian, he's coming off an exciting fight. So you have the pages. You have it right there. You have the index. You have a chapter already written. People think Norman has the power, to go in there and stop that guy. And they also going to start saying, oh, well, I think he has the power to go in there and do some damage to Enis. Team Enis going to come back. Nope, we've been in the ring. We sparred with him. But, his pops has been on already saying what? If they ask us for the fight, we fight them tomorrow. Now, I don't know what the whole entire agenda is between these two fighters. But you know what it is? We just finished with Crawford Spence. So now that we have Norman about to pick up a title, Anna's about to go ahead and defend this title, and then we have Barrio. I mean, we have some absolutely high expectations going on. You know what I'm saying? We have some high expectations going on 147 pounds. The changing of the guard has happened. It's happened. Spence is gone. Keith Thurman, he might be on top of a mountain playing a vuvuzela or something. Terrence Bud Crawford is gone. Sean Porter is retired. Danny Garcia's over 154. You have the new guard on deck. These guys not even out of their 20s yet. They're not even out of their 20s. Now, I don't know how good Mario Barrios is going to be after getting married, and having a kid. Sometimes that slows you up. Just think about what Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? But he's in the mix. Man, we have the ingredients for a hell of a freaking rivalry if they can spark up. Barrios don't talk much. You know what I'm saying? If Norman can get that fight before Ennis and go in there and pick up that and scoop up that belt, oh man, we have 2-2. We have the Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez, or the Julius Ndongo, Terrence Crawford. I mean, it'll be 2-2. That's what we want. That's what we want. Jaron pick up another one. Norman pick up another one. Then we have what a lot of people, they have history. They sparred together. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what you want right now in 147 pounds. Real talk. But man, hey, shout out to y'all, the hottest chat in the MF and game. Appreciate y'all for pulling up as always. Salute to those who donated. Totally appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Gumbo, AK Hot Grease, Haynes Legacy, Christopher White. Salute to y'all for monetarily donating, and salute to the chat for showing up and showing out and participating. I'm out. Peace.